Hi all, Elaine here from MRE Studio Designs, and today I think I want to make a plaque, and we're going to need several colors of clay, and I use the Sculpey Primo clay. Uh, we have several colors, and the colors are going to be up to you depending upon what you want on your plaque. This is going to be a family plaque. We love our food. There's no doubt about that. So I made a plaque for my sister with food on it, and I'm going to try to do that again. We're going to start out with two pieces of clay. I have a black piece, and this is scrap black clay. It's not pure black, um, as our base. Now the black is rolled out on a number 3 on our pasta machine. Skinner blend is rolled out on a number 5. That looked to me like it might work out as a wood background. So we're going to cover the black one with this. We want to make sure there's no bubbles in here. It's a bubble. So I've cut out the size of the plaque that I want, and we're going to place that right on top of our clay. And with our craft knife, we're going to cut it out. There we go. Just take that off, and that is going to be our plaque. Smooth out the edges a little bit. Now we do want this to look, or at least I want this to look like wood. So I'm going to take my needle tool and I'm going to start making some lines across fairly deep because we don't mind if the black shows through. We want a lot of lines all the way across. And again, you don't have to do this exactly the same colors or the same way I'm doing it. You can have it on a silver background to make it look like metal. You can do it as hammered. You can do whatever you like. It's just this is what I like. As I always say, this isn't to get you to do what I'm doing. It's to give you inspiration for what you want to do. So our next thing that we want to do is we want to put some separation in there. And for that, I'm going to use my silver clay. Now this is rolled out on a number 2. So we want 2 fairly even pieces. And what we want to do is we want to have one coming down the middle. Edge to edge, as straight as we can. That looks pretty good, except for this bottom part right here. There we go. About right. That looks about right. There we go. And with our ball tool, what I want to do is I want to make some indentations. I guess they can look like rivets. So I'm just going to go right down the middle. Actually, I think we probably should put a border around it first. So now you could do this in silver, you could do it in gold, you can do it in any color you want. You can border it in black. For this, I think we're going to twist it. And that is going to go right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And there we have our border. Okay, so before I mess this up anymore, we're going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes at the recommended temperature of 275, and we will be right back. Okay, so while that is in the oven, we're going to start thinking about the food we want to put on our plaque. And again, you don't have to use food. You could use zodiac symbols. You can use whatever you want. Animals, if you have pets, you can put your pets on there. Whatever you want to do, it's totally up to you. Like I said, my family, food is very important, so we're doing food. I think we're going to use our tool here for this. Making a little bowl. And this is going to be for our pasta. For our pasta, we're going to need something that's going to look like pasta. And for that, I think I'm going to use some ecru. And it's summer, and it's warm in here, so they're not too hard to condition. And make this into a little sausage. And we're going to put it in our extruder for our pasta. So we just cut the excess off. I'm just using a multi-hold extruder disc. And that should be plenty. And we're just going to pile our pasta up. There's our nice little pile of pasta. And of course, what would pasta be without any sauce? So we're going to take a little bit of our red and just manipulate it with our fingers. And perhaps put some texture in it. And with some of the brown that we used in the front of the plaque, and make some meatballs. Put a meatball there. here. Let's see how big this is. It's a little too big, so we're going to rip some off of here. Just to size it down a little bit. Put our sauce on. And take a little tiny bit of our green. And maybe make some little leaves. Put them right on top of our pasta. Just like that. So there's our little bowl of pasta. What else do we want on our plaque? How about a steak? Okay, so I have a piece of brown here that we're going to use for our steak. And we're going to basically just freehand draw what a steak might look like. Really nice steak. So we're going to cut that out. And of course it needs to have a bone in it because it is a T-bone steak. So we're going to use some of our ecru. Cut off a little piece. We're going to roll this. The first thing we need to do is put the center bone in. So we're just going to make an indentation here. So we don't need to go through the whole piece. And that's going to be where our bone is. Just like that. And that's going to be one side. And the other side. Just smooth that out. I think that's probably enough of that. So bring that down. We're just going to smooth that out a bit. And of course, what is a steak if it does not have some fat on it? So we're going to get a little piece of white and roll that out. Bottom part even thinner. There we go. So that's going to be our steak. And we also going to need some chicken legs. Got the egg crew again. Okay, for our chicken legs, I mixed a little egg crew with a little bit of brown. And we're probably going to put some color over it as well. Then we have the plain ecru, which we're going to make the bone with. So we want to a little bit thicker on the top and thinner on the bottom so that we can make our little indentations for our bone. Just going to make a little indentation on the top, separate it a little bit, round it up a little bit, and there's the top of our bone. And we just got to decide how long we want it. I think that's plenty. And we're going to attach it. I think we're going to make a hole here. Make a little hole in the top of this. There we go. One chicken leg. I'll do the other one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are our chicken legs, and of course, they don't look like they're cooked yet. So I've got a piece of chalk here that I'm going to scrape. There we go. We'll do the same to the other one. And there's our chicken legs. And what would be food without dessert? So we're going to do dessert now, which we're going to use the ecru again. Pull this out. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be our 6. Our 6 what, you're saying? These are going to be our eclairs. So I'm going to make 6 of those. So I'm going to finish those. I'll be right back. Okay, so here are 6 eclairs, and of course eclairs always have some chocolate frosting on them. So we're going to put a little bit of chocolate on there, just like that. Maybe bring it down on the sides a little bit. Smooth that out. Just like that. We're going to do that for all of them, and the last one. Okay, so we got all our food now, so we are ready to put everything together. So here is our cooled shield, and we're going to take our bacon bond and put a little right here where we're going to put our pasta. That's going to go right there. So we have pasta there, and we're going to put our steak right here. Our chicken legs, one will go this way, and one will go this way. Right there. And our little eclairs are going to go on the bottom. So this is going to go back in the oven now for 30 minutes at 275, and when it comes back out, I will be back. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Out of the oven and cooled. But we're going to put a backing on it. Okay, so here I've rolled out a piece of scrap clay and cut it out to the size of our piece. So this would go on here like this. Of course, we need to put some bacon bond on here. I'm just going to pinch the sides down all the way around. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is we need to put a hanger on it. Now, there are a couple ways you could do this. You could just put a hole angled upward in there so that you could put a nail in it, or you can put a piece of wire there. You take a piece of wire. You're going to want to wrap it around something. Wrap it around our pen. You're going to wrap it around the pen, like so, and you're going to twist it. Just like that. And that's going to be your loop. Now these other pieces, these are a little long. These other pieces, so they don't come out, you want to curl. So. Like so. Now we're going to want to put that right there. So we're going to cut a hole in our backing. Right across here. We want this to be out a little bit, so you're going to do it at an angle. And you're going to slide that right in there like that. Make sure it's in the middle, and then just close it up. And that's your hanger. Now again, if you want to texture the back or if you want to do something to it, you can. I think I'm just going to leave it plain this time. Okay, so we're going to put this back in the oven for another half hour at 275, and then we will finish it up. I will be right back. Here is our completed project. It's been resined front and back, and we have our little logo on the back as well, the wire to hang it from. We put some little stripes for the grill marks on here as well. I think it came out fairly well. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you.